Hello, I'm Atujama and you're watching HornbillTV's Prime at 9, now news and details. Union Minister of Finance and Corporate Affairs Nirmala Sitharaman on August 23rd inaugurated the Mon branch of Axis Bank during her visit to Mon district. In her address, Sitharaman said this was her third visit to the district and narrated about her visit to Longwa during her tenure as the Defence Minister. After interaction with the Konyak people, Sitharaman said she was impressed by the way the people organized themselves and acknowledged that the people living along the international border face severe challenges. Further, she stressed on the importance of financial inclusion, which the Prime Minister very strongly takes up to ensure inclusion of all strata of society through various schemes. She said inclusion provides people access to credit without much security, which is very crucial for most people in the bottom layer of the economy who often fall prey to middlemen who charge exorbitant interest rates. With two Konyak representatives as ministers in the state government and a member of parliament at the centre, Sitharaman appealed to the community to ensure inclusion of all the people in the schemes of both the state and central government. She also appealed to the people to avail the facilities to the fullest and become productive units of the society as job creators. On behalf of the bank, the MD and CEO of Axis Bank, Amitabh Chaudhary, thanked the finance minister for personally coming to dedicate the 4 branches in the Northeast. He stated that the flow of investment in the Northeast was just the beginning and asserted that the desire of the bank was to expand even further and provide banking facilities in all parts of the region. The Vice President of Axis Bank, Vishal Shah, delivered the vote of thanks. He also thanked Nagaland's Member of Parliament, Pangnong Konyak, and Ministers of Officials and officials of Nagaland government for the success of the event. One person from Pongwen village in Longmarcha area was allegedly assaulted by unnamed persons belonging to the 14 Indian Reserve E-Koi on August 22nd. According to an FIR filed by the Longmarcha area citizens Union of Kifre town with the Kifre police station, an individual identified as Atsobati Sangtam was physically assaulted by members of the 14th IR E-Koi for the reason that the individual said to be a driver had parked his vehicle partially occupying the main road. The driver apologized to the IR personnel for this, but the IR members physically assaulted him and hospitalized him. According to locals, a few elders who witnessed the incident tried to resolve the matter, but the IR policemen even threatened to do harm on whoever comes in between. The assaulted person is said to be admitted at the district hospital Kifire and in a very serious condition.
August 2022, Sampali, Amilaga area manu, Lomatra area manu, 14 IR E Kumbani Khanbra, Iku reason Nataliki Hena, Amilaga area Chokrage Marti Hena, Pichi Chokumbai Dishe, Orotai Chokradu, hospitalized Kurina, Muribona, Pashibona, Najani Hena, Itiata Homayase, Itu Obodaman area Khan Pichi Pia Baihena, FIR launch Kurshe, Aruto FIR. Kuradu 7 days notice aru diase itu machude takhan iku reason iku na just to na dile amakan tate iku responsibility na thakibo goina itu short price jani diase last day media khan cover kwa karni khushi pa jani diase
itu amakan la condition tu kalibra itu hospital aise aro chitu din ayase aro condition tu ita to phal bhanai itu karni itia amakan timapur chapoli olase itu karni ester ladu itu khopor hanai itu aha pachuti itu timapur chapoli itu pukana sekobine itu chane dase.
The Longmarcha area citizens Union of Kifre town has demanded justice for the victim and has served an ultimatum of 7 days within which justice should be served. It is warned that failing to do as demanded will force the union and its citizens to take its own course of action, of which they shall not be held responsible. Capacity building organization YouthNet has asked the Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, who is in Nagaland, to make corporate social responsibility mandatory for the Northeast states. During the inaugural program of the ongoing Nagaland CSR and Investment Conclave, Nari Shakti Puruskar Presidential Award recipient and founder of YouthNet, Hikani Jakhalu gave a presentation on behalf of NGOs, practitioners and youths of the state. Updates from YouthNet on Tuesday stated. Jakhalu stated that the northeastern states are deprived as it does not attract CSR funds. She urged the Union Finance Minister that even if a minimum of 1% of 1.25 lakh crore is made mandatory for the northeast, it will have an immense impact on lives of hundreds and thousands of people in the northeast and uplift the development of the region. She said nothing was impossible for the government to commit to greater interest for common good.
We have been working with young people and empowering young people since 2006. We have impacted over 1,20,000 lives in the field of education, entrepreneurship, employment, livelihood, and skill development in partnership with the government, with organizations and corporates like IBM, Accenture, Microsoft, Quest Alliance, Godrej, and Sir Ratan Tata Trust. In our 16 years of work with the corporates, we have two major takeaways. First, unlike conventional projects, when government, organization, and corporates work together in synergy under a common framework, we become more effective as change agents to facilitate development in the state. Which leads to the second key takeaway. When corporates decide to work with us as agents of change, here we are hoping that some programs, policies, and big announcements will be made for the Northeast and for Nagaland in particular. Thank you.
Assam and Arunachal Pradesh have started visiting border areas days after chief ministers of the two states signed a declaration for forming 12 panels for the purpose. The visits will continue until August 31 before they submit their reports by September 15. Cabinet ministers of the two states had the panels. Arunachal Pradesh Deputy Chief Minister Chona Main and Assam Minister Atul Bora led panels on Monday held a meeting. They also visited disputed areas in Arunachal Pradesh's Namsai and Assam's Tinsukia. In Assam's Balipara, panels of Assam Minister Bijosh Hazarika and his Arunachal Pradesh counterpart Mama Natung held discussions. They visited areas in Assam's Biswanath and Sonitpur and Pake Kesang in Arunachal Pradesh. Irked over the concerned authority for turning a blind eye in repairing the deplorable Dr. Imkongdiba Memorial District Hospital Road, youth association from 4 wards have urged the authority to repair the whole stretch of the hospital road immediately. The association stated that the IMDH road starting from the main police point till Sewake Junction measuring about 2 kilometers is in a deplorable state. Further, they said that the road is aggravating as it poses immense health risk to the sick and needy travelling to the hospital for medical attention. The youth associations from 4 wards cautioned the failure on the part of the authority concerned to immediately repair the road shall be considered as apathy towards public welfare and safety. The association warned to take their own course of action to demonstrate their dissatisfaction if the road is not repaired immediately as demanded. Mizoram Health Minister Dr. R. Lal Thangliana today presided over a meeting on harm reduction programs of HIV/AIDS positives and high-risk groups in Assembly and Next Conference Hall. The meeting was attended by members of NGOs, churches and various line departments working in the field of HIV/AIDS in the state. Speaking at the meeting, Dr. R. Lal Thangliana stated that the current status of Mizoram in its HIV-positive record as said situation, one requiring the coordination of the Health Department and MSACS with the society in containing the spread of the virus. The minister made a clarion call to NGOs, churches and the state media in helping to spread awareness against HIV/AIDS. Mizoram Home Minister Lalcham Liana today graced the transfer and handing over of SLR and INSAS rifles to Mizoram Home Guards and Civil Defence function held at GSREMS Mizoram Police Headquarters. At the event, Mizoram Police handed over 200 self-loading rifles and 100 INSAS Indian Small Arms System to the Mizoram Home Guards and Civil Defence. Speaking at the function, the Home Minister stated that it is fortunate that the Mizoram Police has handed over weapons to MHG and CD, which will boost the confidence and spirit of the personnel. Furthermore, Lalcham Liana spoke on the importance of arming the police forces with modern weaponry. Agartala City District Committee Tripura Motha and Agartala City District Women's Committee has submitted a memorandum to the governor through the Sadar Subdivisional Governor demanding Greater Tripura land as part of the statewide program. We'll take a short break. Keep watching. Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh has said Manipur is changing under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and other central leaders, and in this regard invite the corporate sector to come to Manipur and see the potential of the state. The Chief Minister was addressing the inaugural session of the Technical Textiles Conference at Hotel Classic Grand in Imphal today. Singh said Manipur has a lot of potential in every sector. Manipur has started exporting various items including ginger and pineapples. He said, adding that even in sports, out of 7 athletes at the recently concluded Commonwealth Games, 5 of them brought home medals for the country. He referred to the silk produced in the state, highlighting the state's potential in the handloom and handicrafts sector. The Chief Minister also highlighted cheap labour, round-the-clock water supply, power supply, customs office at Moray and improvement of law and order. He added that all of these has created investment opportunities for entrepreneurs and industrialists in the state.
पहले जानना चाहिए ये मणिपुरी क्या है, मणिपुर क्या है? क्या ये जो ट्रबल से मैडम यहाँ पे तिरंगा पे एक पेड़ भी नहीं दे सकता था पहले। बासवा जी के गवर्नमेंट आने से पहले यहाँ पे एक तिरंगा देखने में मुश्किल था, एक भाजपा का फ्लैग देखने में मुश्किल था, लेकिन now you know in the last 5 years, with the blessing of the Honorable Prime Minister, with the blessing of the older central leaders, now we're changing. It is my humble request to all of you. Reliance कभी आ रहा है, Reliance सुना है असम तक आया, मणिपुर को नहीं पहुंच सकता। एक चीज भी निकाल लिया हम लोग, एक चीज, ये ह्यूमन नेचर है, बरावला को बढ़ावा देता है, जो अच्छी है उसको अच्छा है उसको बढ़ावा देता है, जो खराब है वो नहीं देता। लेकिन प्राइम मिनिस्टर मोदी जी को सीखिए आप लोग, जहां जहां हमें वीक पॉइंट है, जहां जहां हमें डाउन ट्रोडन है, जहां जहां हमें वो नीचे है, डाउन है, उसको अपलिफ्ट करता है कि नहीं? This is a speciality of the Honorable Prime Minister. Manipur is the land gateway of India to Southeast Asia. Border trek is robust at the international border with Myanmar and More. I want to appreciate the NITC, the Asian Highway from Imphal to More is tremendous. It's very tremendously improving and with good quality. I appreciate for it. This is round-the-clock power supply. Here is round-the-clock water supply. Lever is safely available. Customs office at More is functional. Law and order has improved tremendously. Everyone has known. All this has created investment opportunities for entrepreneurs and industry.
Minister of State for Textiles Darshana Vikram Jardosh lauded Chief Minister Biren Singh and said the idea of double-engine government should be learned from his government. Our industry is most cotton-based industry and globally people prefer man-made fiber, she said, adding that in order to increase India's stake in man-made fiber, some schemes have been initiated. The inaugural program of the 5-day Li-Ning 44th Inter-District State Open Badminton Championship 2022 and the Nagaland Olympic and Paralympics Games 2022 commenced today in the multipurpose hall of Longleng. The Nagaland Minister for Health and Family Welfare S. Pangyopom was the special guest of the event.
Ceremony.
Here in Longland.
Open.
During his address, S. Pangyopom thanked the Nagaland Badminton Association and the Longleng District Badminton Association for organizing the event and added that it would be an eye-opener for the people of Longleng as it was one of the greatest events ever held within the district. He said the present government is trying its best to improve infrastructure and provide quality management to promote sports in the state. He requested the sportspersons of the state to develop a sense of willingness and break barriers to become successful role models for Nagaland.
I praise Almighty God for giving us this opportunity to come, all of us from different districts of the state, and to know each other through this tournament. The government of Guinea is also doing its best to upgrade the infrastructure and quality management of our sports person.
Dr. Watizulu Suzumaren, Senior Vice President of the NBA and Vice President of the Badminton Association of India, mentioned that conducting the competition in Longleng district was a great privilege for the people of the district. He said that the state government needs to provide quality stadium across the state. He said this event will be the first time in the state where a live score display system and a World Series badminton court mat are being used. He lauded the district teams as it was the first time where all the 16 districts of Nagaland are participating in a badminton competition. A newly constructed classroom has been inaugurated for the Government Higher Secondary School of Noklak on August 22nd. The Deputy Commissioner of Noklak, Hiazemeru, dedicated the development. The Kamyongan Students' Union recently constructed a classroom through community contributions. It took about 28 days to complete the project, which accommodates about 150 students. The project's total expenses was about Rs 9,67,146.
Has truly worked for the interest of the students' community, for the welfare of the students' community, which is praiseworthy. I'm happy to see that the present team is led by visionary leaders. May God continue to bless the union in all its future endeavors. The school should understand the concern of the community participation, and particularly today with the intervention of the Kyamungan Students Union, which is highly laudable. I would say that this is one of the finest examples of community participation. It is now incumbent upon the school authority and the teaching faculty to give more effort than before to work for the upliftment of the school. Now you are also equally responsible. Community participation has already come in. Now you should also work harder than before so that better results, better output is.
The president of the KSU, Sang Chio, said the project has been a major challenge for his team. He urged the faculty and students of the institutions to support each other. Also, Principal Kong Kao appreciated KSU for initiating the work which government departments could not. The 19th Mong Mong Football Championship started today in Kifire. The event is organized by the Kifire Area Students Union, marking the very special and prime festival of the Sanctam Nagas, Mong Mong. The championship commenced at the public ground of Kifire. The pastor of Kifire Town Baptist, Lithro, said the invocation. The special guest of the event, Kifire's Extra Assistant Commissioner Tubamongla Kichu, appreciated the KSU for organizing the football tournament, which is both financially and physically challenging. The officer said she is optimistic about the future of youths who are interested in football. She hoped that through the championship, new talents in football would be discovered besides polishing skills in the sport, which will serve to represent the district and state in the days to come.
Itu national tournament organized for it's not an easy job. Tournament organized for it's financially, mentally, physically very taxing as and despite of all this, itu tournament tournament iniga success kuina organized for by the pishi appreciate kuina sayasri kuina janai diomujasi and request nishna suggestion nishna ta ko jado achi itu sai itu ikla di khotom noigina aro coming days aro in the coming years also itu nishna program do aro conduct kre aro organize kre thagi shuli do amne ambra youngster khan ki bi bishi bhawba encourage kro through this tournament. Who knows yadi talent nutun kan aro man explore grina discover grina in 2-3 years. They might be representing our district, they might be representing our state. Itu national initiative to aro stop nakurina. Don't give up. We live aro coming days aro. Itu la same initiative aro. Kuit yung jasi kuna ekta abnyangi request kuya.
That's all we have for now. Keep watching HornbillTV.